Okay, welcome back boys and girls. Today's video is why ADHD brains need work and routine, and believe me, they really do. So then people, work. Nobody likes that word. Hands up if you hate working full time. Now hands up if you hate the commute, getting to work, more than you actually hate the job itself. What about those that like the social but hate the monotony? Yep, same road, same time, same faces, same stops, day after day, week after week, month after month. My God, it's depressing. Look on your map. I used to commute between Faversham and Ashford along a road called the A251. That is a horrible road, and I just thank the universe that I had the common sense to buy myself a motorcycle, because that kept me sane. So work's got two aspects to it. It's got the one that we just discussed, nobody likes, everybody hates. Then it's got another aspect to it. The more positive way to see work is you can be on autopilot for the big part of your working day. You don't really need to think about all the tiny little details. One of the things that I struggle with ADHD is that I forget this, that, the other constantly. Now, when I'm in a routine, I'm running on autopilot, so I don't need to use my conscious effort to get through the day. That's one of the bigger benefits of the routine of work. And here's the kicker. Your ADHD brain needs stimulation a lot more than it needs anything else, and work will give your brain stimulation, providing you're in a job where you are being stimulated and you're not in a job where you take the washer off of there and put it on there and move that on, and take the washer off of there and put it on there and move that on, or or a job where you're spending most of your day sitting around doing nothing. I mean, that might be good for some of you because you just love to flick through your phones, but that's not me. So for me, without stimulation, my brain turns in on itself and starts to attack me, and it shows me everything negative, and it shows me what a worthless prick I am and how much I've wasted my life and blah blah blah. So I need to keep myself occupied right up until the point in a given day where I run out of energy, and at that point I can then just collapse on a sofa and play games. With that in mind, I don't know about you, it'd be really good to hear from you about this so that I can suss out whether I'm alone in this. But my mind is fantastic at replaying every mistake I've ever made if I don't keep it busy. The constant loop of self-criticism, what ifs, why did this happen, why did that happen, I could have fixed that, I could have done this, I could have done that. It's brutal. It doesn't ever stop when I'm on my own. There are a couple of ways that I can quiet it. One is feminine presence. I've lost that through my own stupidity probably. And the other is staying focused on something. Building an RC car, doing some coding, doing some work on my website, writing. A lot of that really does help to calm the noise in my mind. And I also believe that a lot of us have addictive personalities whereby we just want stimulation all the time. So it's very easy to us to fall foul of alcohol, weed, drugs, all sorts. Keep yourself busy. Try and keep yourself busy as much as possible, even if it's only housework. That way you will not turn in on yourself. When you get to the point where you're not busy and you're just sitting and you've got energy, if you're like me, your brain isn't your best friend at that point. Your brain, your mind is completely turning on you. So yeah, work is not just about money. It's about mental health. It can actually help you keep a good mind. Why routine actually works. This is fascinating. It's fascinated me since I found it out. We think we hate the routine. We hate the boredom. We hate the monotony. We'll have to fight it. But it's actually one of the best tools you've got, because if you've got a routine, you don't have to think. You just do. You just follow the routine. There's less decision fatigue, and that means more bandwidth for stuff that you want to pay attention to. I put a short up the other day with regards to breakfast. I couldn't decide between porridge and eggs. Then when I decided on eggs, I was like, Jesus Christ, now it's fried eggs on toast, scrambled eggs, or pre-boiled eggs. And that is decision fatigue. And that wears me out so quickly when I get stuck in there. The routine, the daily routine, the routine of getting up and going to work every day helps to balance out dopamine. So you're not dopamine up and down all day. You're just kind of like a more smooth, calm day at sea rather than a full-on storm. One of the biggest tricks that I've found works is stacking small actions. I've talked about this in one of the other videos. So if you've got a morning checklist, when you get out of bed in the morning, you're going to get dressed, you're going to put your clothes on, you're going to brush your teeth, you're going to make a morning drink, probably breakfast. So wherever you make your tea, put it in your teacup the night before. Make sure you've got a checklist to make sure that you've done everything that you need to do. Then you just pick it up and you're looking at yeah, that's all done. You don't have to worry about it. You won't get in the car and drive away and realise that you've left your wallet at home, because it's on the checklist to pick the wallet up and put it where you normally carry it. And this is the same with everything. When you get home, you want to do the same thing there. have a checklist for what you do when you get home. I normally come and sit in here and do admin when I get home, no matter what time of day that is. I run my own business, so there's always admin to do. And then what happens is you'll start bolting one habit onto another habit, and eventually over time you become more reliable and more consistent, just kind of by accident. These things work. I've had a couple of comments now saying, oh, I'll never be able to do that, I'll never be able to do that. And that doesn't matter what people tell me, that's because it's coming in from outside. You need to believe in your head that you can do this. Start with something you do every day already and bolt something else onto that. So calm and chaos. We don't thrive on chaos, we are chaos. At least I am. From the outside, people might think we love it, but really anything that reduces it is a blessing. Anything that reduces the chaos is a blessing. So routine and work act like scaffolding for you. They'll hold everything steady so you can function instead of constantly fighting all the time. The more I try and fight ADHD, the more I get fucked up, the more worn out I am, the quicker I lose my energy, the quicker I find myself in a low part of an up and down cycle. And that low part, once it comes, can stay for 3 or 4 days. So avoiding that is paramount. Too much routine can push you over the edge. It can make you feel like you're in prison, basically. So we need predictability, but we also need to be able to be spontaneous if we want to. If I suddenly decide that I want to get up and go out somewhere, I need to be able to do that. I can't have my entire day bolted down and fixed. So you're going to have to find your balance. You're going to have to find enough structure to stand tall and not have to think about your day too much, the minutiae of your day, but enough freedom to breathe. One thing I find difficult is running a house. I live on my own now. I did do my part of running the house when my wife lived here, when my ex-wife lived here, but I have to do it all myself now, and I find it incredibly taxing and difficult, and I try to systemize everything that I possibly can. I think that's the end of this video. It's a short one this week. The daily routine and work aren't really our enemies. They're only our enemies if we want to see them as such. They're like many things in life, they're a double-edged sword. The work and the routine is a framework that keeps the ADHD brain from collapsing on its own weight or under its own weight, which I've explained a couple of times in this video. That's it for today. We're going to call it a day now. Check back next Friday, where we'll be diving into sleep and mornings, or as I like to call them, the ADHD boss fight. Getting a good night's sleep and getting up in the morning and getting everything you need to be done and getting out of the house.